Hi guys, welcome back to Making Food Monday. This week we're gonna make a brand new casserole. This one was sent to me by my friend Autumn. She sent an awesome notebook full of recipes and this one sounds delicious. You guys, today we're gonna make nacho casserole. For today's recipe, we are going to need chicken bouillon powder, diced tomatoes, green chilies, taco seasoning, an onion, cream cheese, shredded cheese. In this case, I'm using a blended cheese. You can use cheddar if that's what you have. I need black beans, corn. You can use a can of corn or you can use frozen corn like I've got. You're gonna need some ground beef and some tortilla chips. I happen to have nacho flavored tortilla chips, but you can have whatever you like or you can use Doritos. But that's all we should need for our recipe today, guys. This recipe was sent to me by Autumn. However, I am changing a few things. In her original recipe, instead of using black beans, she used rice, but I don't eat rice, so I'm switching it to black beans. The other thing is instead of just putting shredded cheese on top to melt, I'm actually gonna make a cheese sauce. But other than that, I'm super excited to try this recipe that she sent me. The first thing I'm gonna do is thaw my ground beef in the microwave. Once I've thawed my ground beef, I'm just gonna add it to the bottom of my pot. And I'm gonna drop down to my sear roast function and get that started. While my beef is browning, I'm gonna go ahead and dice my onion. Then I'll add my diced onion right to the pot. And then we'll continue to cook our beef and our onions together until they are almost fully cooked. They don't have to be completely cooked because, as we know, they're still gonna cook when we seal our pot. I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. There's 1, there's 2, and 3 tablespoons. And I'll mix that right in. And I'll cancel my sear roast function. I'm gonna add 1 cup of frozen corn, or about 1 can. 1 cup of corn. I'm gonna add 1 can of diced tomatoes. 1 can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to add 1 can minus about 1 tablespoon of green chilies. I'm going to set aside about 1 tablespoon of those green chilies for my cheese sauce. But I'll add the rest of the can right to the pot. And I'll mix all of this together. Let's combine all these flavors. And now it's time to add my black beans. I'm kind of guessing how much black beans I want to add because I'm changing this part of the recipe. So I'm gonna guess that it's about half a cup of black beans. I'm gonna add my half a cup of black beans right over the top of all of that tasty goodness down there. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of water. I'm gonna make sure that all of my black beans are completely submerged in the water. And the last thing we're gonna add is our chicken bouillon powder. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons because we added 2 cups of water. There's 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. We're ready to seal our pot. Then we'll drop down to our chicken function because that's our high pressure. We're gonna take the time cook up to 30 minutes. And now I'm gonna work on my cheese sauce. I'm gonna use about half a cube of cream cheese, so about 4 ounces, half a block of cream cheese, about a tablespoon of green chilies, about a half teaspoon of taco seasoning, and I'm gonna melt this in the microwave for about 1 minute. After 30 seconds, it's actually already softened, so I don't need a full minute. Just kidding. Then I'm just gonna mix it together. And then I'm gonna add about 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. Adding the shredded cheese and just mixing those together. So this is what my cheese looks like after 1 cup of shredded cheese is added to my cream cheese. So I'm gonna add another half cup to it and mix that in as well. Now this will actually be a cheese sauce once it is melted on top of our casserole, but as it is, it's more the consistency of a cheese ball. It's actually quite tasty just as it is. Okay guys, my time has expired and it's time to let my pressure out. There we go. Okay, open up our pot. Okay guys, so probably due to the fact that I did not use rice, I used beans. and the beans did not soak up as much of the liquid as I wanted them to. I don't have a casserole at this point. So what I am going to do is add a cornstarch slurry to thicken this up so that we can still serve it the way I intended to serve it. So I'm gonna use cornstarch and thicken up my casserole. That's kind of unconventional, but it should work. I'm gonna add my cornstarch slurry to the pot. And I'm gonna go ahead and stir this until it thickens. That's probably not quite as thick as I would like to see it, but now that it's nice and hot, I'm gonna go ahead and add my cheese mixture to the pot. Come on out. I'm gonna set the lid on top for just a few minutes and let that cheese melt. And there we have it, guys, nacho casserole. Okay, Jax, I've got it made and it's plated. Now we need our
guinea pig.
Do it!
Guinea pig!
There's some hungry pigs today.
Smiley pig.
I thought these were summery pigs.
I'm a summery pig. Me too.
And a daddy pig.
Oh, dude, that smells so good. And it
Who
looks so
thinks
good.
it smells good?
Me.
I do too. I was a little disappointed that it didn't thicken the way I wanted it to, but I think it looks really good in the plate.
And the
So,
presentation is pretty fancy.
it does look pretty fancy.
Pretty fancy.
Pretty fancy.
So that's
Who
a
wants
fancy.
to taste it?
Me.
Okay, Mia can taste it.
That's really good.
How many thumbs are you gonna give it?
20.
20 thumbs. I'll take them. Thanks, Mia.
Welcome.
All right, who's next? Looks like Dad.
Oh, good. I like the bean and meat mixture. Very tasty, very creamy. It smells so good. Wow, that's really good. Well, with everything else, delicious. Like I want more chips, just to start scooping it out with chips. That is tasty. You have, if you make this, you have to put cilantro. That flavor that cilantro gives to food is delicious. It's really delicious.
So I topped yours with crushed tortilla chips, cilantro, sour cream, and salsa.
Salsa, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah?
It's perfect combination. It's really, really delicious.
How many thumbs
love
are you
this.
gonna give that,
I
Dad?
love it. I think this is a 9.5 or 10.
Nice.
This is that good, yeah.
Thanks, Dad. All right, which one of my boys is Jordan?
Yay. This smells really good. Just looking at it, my first thought is you could probably put this on nachos. Like,
Yeah.
like just pour it on nachos.
Except with the crumbled chips in it, it is nachos. You just eat your nachos with a spoon.
I was not expecting that. It's a lot more taco-y than I was expecting.
Really?
That's definitely not a bad thing. Yeah, I stand by my claim that you could easily, without the chips of course, put this on nachos. This is like a really good taste for that. Maybe a little sour cream though. That might be good. Make it a bit more creamy.
I
But
did
like
not
it.
give you sour cream because I thought you wouldn't want it. So, okay,
Maybe
sour
just
cream
a
next
little
time.
though.
Gotcha.
This is good though.
How many thumbs are you gonna give that, Jordan?
I'm gonna give that lots, and if anyone says higher or equal, I said higher.
All right, that leaves one more guinea pig. You're all it, Jax. You like it?
This stuff is really good.
You
and
like?
the chips.
Awesome. How many thumbs are you gonna give that, Jax?
I'm gonna trespass.
Oh, he's trespassing in your space, Jordan. Whoa. All right, sold. Okay, guys, my final thoughts. I think as much as I was concerned that those black beans had not turned out right because they didn't thicken the casserole enough, after I thickened it with a little cornstarch and added tortilla chips to the bowl, it thickened very nicely. It was a very good casserole. That being said, it tasted amazing. All of those extra toppings that I put on top, I added cilantro, sour cream, salsa, those tortilla chips that were crushed on top. Very good flavors. Autumn, this recipe is very, very tasty. Good job. Thank you for sending it to me, and we definitely enjoyed it. 2 thumbs up from us. Guys, what do we think? Nacho casserole, yes or no?
Absolutely. Although I do have to say one thing.
What?
It doesn't need the chips in it as long as you put chips. As long as you put it over chips. Like if you put it on nachos, it would be so good.
I agree. I think having the chips in it so you can eat it with a spoon is great. I also think if you put it over chips, it would be great. I think it works perfectly as a nacho casserole because you could use it as a casserole or as nachos. The flavor is just really, really good. Thanks, Autumn, for sending it to us because we really appreciate it. Even though I switched it up a little bit and took the rice out and added beans, it was still quite tasty, very delicious. But I need to put my Smartypants to bed. So,
if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want to make the channel strong? Share it with your friends. And good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Piece of touch it. Poof. The nacho casserole was really good.